Oh, well, hello, Jackie. How are you? I hope you are doing well. We are fixing to dive into the world of time. Oh, I know you're busy. I'm okay. I'm okay. Getting back in the swing of things. I'd like to have you come on my show once at some time. Maybe for my mystical, magical Monday. Yeah, yeah, it was pretty fun. I had a lot. I had fun. They all like my deck. All right, so let's dive into the world of time. So this is going to be a little bit different than what I have been doing. I actually do not have any time to show you other than some dried time. So, but that's okay because we're going to do a little, I feel like I've got hair like in my eyeball or something. Okay. Yeah, especially the one. So I'll be going live tomorrow night at 7 if you want to drop in for a reading then. Or you can always email me. All right, so the world of time. So most of us know that thyme is a fragrant, savory herb that elevates our roasted vegetables, our soups, and our Sunday dinners. It's a kitchen staple, or at least in my house when I was growing up it was. Still is, actually. It is actually one of the ingredients in a tea blend that I made for my husband. I come up with a tea blend for him. So, but what if I told you that for thousands of years this humble little plant wasn't just prized for its flavor, but as a powerhouse of physical healing and spiritual medicine? From soothing the bloated digestive system to ancient warrior rituals, which I'm going to do some research and delve in on that at a later time. Time has long been revered for its ability to protect both the body and the soul. So today we're looking past the recipe book, past the Sunday dinners, and taking a deep dive into the medicinal science and digestive benefits And then we'll talk about the spiritual side of time. So, I've learned a lot about time. I knew some already, but when I was doing my research, it really went to another level for me. So, it makes a very good tea. But Jackie, wait till I tell you what it's good for, okay? So, we're going to start with what time can do for the physical health, okay? Medicinally, thyme is an absolute heavyweight, especially when it comes to your respiratory system. Yes. So the secret lies in the essential oil, which is packed with a natural compound called thymol. Modern medicine confirms that thymol has powerful antimicrobial, antibacterial, and antifungal properties. So, you ever get a stubborn cough or bronchitis or sore throat, thyme is one of nature's best remedies for that. It is, even if it's just thyme tea, but there are other things that you can add to it to complement it. Yes, yes. And we're going to talk about thyme essential oil here in just a few minutes, okay? So, thyme acts like an expectorant. It helps loosen that mucus, it helps bring it up. It's also antispasmodic properties, which help relax the muscles of your airways when they get exasperated from all the coughing and being sore. So, thyme is loaded with vitamin C, vitamin A, copper, and iron, making it an incredible booster for your immune system. So, I came up with a tea for my husband. It's an immune boost tea, and one of the main ingredients is elderberry. Then it has some strawberry leaves and some orange peel and a few other things. But thyme is one of these that I specifically use in his tea. And, again, herbs are not an overnight fix. It takes time, okay? And throwing this out there, if you are sick, I am not a doctor. Go see a doctor. Go see a professional. Um, if you're pregnant or you're nursing, seek professional guidance on that. Do your research on your herbs, before you do any of that. Um, I don't. We have tea just about every day. Just about every night, I fix us a tea. I fix myself a different kind of tea than I do for my husband. Uh, my husband's is special for him. So, all right. And drinking a cup every day, it really does help. It has helped us a lot, especially, with the stomach issues. And so, drinking a cup of thyme tea when you feel a cold coming on gives your body the exact defense mechanism it needs to fight off infection. So, in other words, if you're starting to get a little sniffle going on or whatever, go fix you up a cup of thyme tea. All right. So, thyme's healing power doesn't stop at the lungs. Okay? It travels all the way down to your gut. If you struggle with sluggish digestion, gas, painful bloating after meals, thyme is an incredible digestive ally. The volatile oils in thyme act as a carminative, meaning they help relax the smooth muscles of the gastrointestinal tract. So when that happens, it allows the trapped gas to dissipate, and that reduces the stomach cramps. So, furthermore, thyme acts as a natural prebiotic and antimicrobial in the gut. It helps target and reduce harmful pathogen bacteria in your microbiome. I had to go do some research on some of these big words because I'm just a little old country girl. Well, hello, mood girl. How are you? So, so it takes care and reduces of all that bacteria that's not good, but it leaves the beneficial gut flora intact. So adding thyme to a heavy, hard to digest meals like meats, stews, beans. My grandma used this religiously growing up and stuff like that. You know, it isn't just a culinary tradition. It's a brilliant biological trick to help your liver and stomach process nutrients without the heavy bloated aftermath. So yay, thyme. We'll have to give thyme a thumbs up this time for that. So here we go. What's fascinating about all these physical benefits is it mirrors the herb's spiritual history. So it turns out that ancient civilizations viewed thyme's fortifying energy exactly the way we view its immune boosting and gut strengthening properties. The very name thyme is believed to stem from the Greek word thumos, which translates to courage, soul, or spirit. To the ancient Greeks, thyme was the ultimate symbol of bravery. Soldiers would bathe in thyme-infused water before heading into battle to fortify their spirits. Centuries later, during the Middle Ages, European ladies would embroider a symbol of a bee hovering over a sprig of thyme onto the scarves of knights to bring them bravery and protection. That's very interesting. Spiritually, thyme acts as an energetic tonic. Just as it strengthens your body's core systems, it helps fortify your metaphysical spirit. So if you're facing a difficult conversation, a major life transition, or just need a boost of internal strength, thyme is the perfect ally to help you overcome this fear. Overcome any fear, actually. And we're going to do a little simple ritual like we always do on my little herbal shows. So, because thyme is so effective at clearing out physical germs and toxic gut environments, humans long ago deduced that it could also clear out negative energy from their surroundings. So listen to this. The Romans burned bundles of thyme to purify their temples and homes. The Romans. In European folklore, it was believed that placing a sprig of thyme under your pillow would ward off nightmares and invite peaceful restorative sleep. I'm going to need to try that, not necessarily for the nightmares, but for a peaceful restorative rest. However, I had a brain fart, man. Rosemary is good for that too. So let's move on to the Celtic folklore. Thyme was deeply tied to the fairy kingdom. Wild patches of thyme were considered sacred gateways to the fae. Because fairies are traditionally associated with nature's hidden treasures, thyme naturally evolved into a symbol of abundance, affection, and luck. So hold that thought for just a moment. I do apologize for this all this dinging here. Okay. Um, I don't know if that fixed it or not. That's the work phone. I apologize for that. All right. So, growing it near your doorstep was thought to become positive, vibrant wealth into the household. Awesome, awesome. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. So, if you want to intentionally bring the physical and spiritual benefits of time together, we're going to perform this simple ritual for courage and space cleansing, okay? So first you want a white or green candle, okay? So that signifies clarity and fresh beginnings. A heat-safe bowl. I'm going to use my cauldron. We're not going to the altar tonight. And I'm going to take a little bit of this thyme that I have and put it on my candle or around my candle and my candle so that, it will burn too. Okay. And then you're going to take a piece of paper. Okay? You're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to write down a specific fear, maybe an anxiety that you have, or maybe there's a stagnant situation that's holding you back. Whatever the case is, write it down on this piece of paper, on a piece of paper. Now, make sure that you fold the paper away from you because you are letting go what no longer serves you. Folding it away from you. And then we're going to light the little candle. I like matches myself, but okay. Then you're going to take your little piece of paper, and as it burns, you can say something like, "With the strength of time, I clear the old and step forward into my power, brave and bold." So when it is finished, you can take the ashes out to your garden or put them in a house plant or even bury it in the dirt. I got some house plants out there. I'm probably gonna put my ashes in the house plant. So this symbolizes the returning of the old energy to the earth to be recycled into something new and beautiful. So there we go. We're going to let my candle finish burning out because that's how I do. Hello, Gina. All right, so let's talk about this, okay? I'm going to throw a safety disclaimer out there. So let's talk about this. Okay? So, this is very, very important, okay? And not just for the thyme oil, for any essential oil that you use. You must have a carrier oil. You cannot use it straight out of the bottle unless you're putting a couple of drops in a teacup, in your tea or whatever. But you have to be careful with the essential oils like that because they're strong. You gotta have a carrier oil. Okay, remember that. Gotta have a carrier oil. Okay, so let's Thyme is wonderfully safe when used as culinary herb or steeped into tea, of course. However, you should always respect its potency, okay? Your essential oils are extremely potent. And I'm not saying toxic, strong, very strong when it's just the essential oil. That's why it's imperative that you have a carrier oil of some kind, one that maybe benefits it, or depending on what you're using it for. So, you never, ever, ever consume pure thyme essential oil. Any essential oil. You don't just like open it up and put drops in you don't do that. That is a good way, depending on what it is, to, it could be harmful to your insides if you do that straight out of the bottle. So yeah, you don't want to do that. It can cause severe digestive and liver distress. So make sure that you have a carrier oil depending on what you're doing. You can do lots of stuff with it. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking blood thinners, or having upcoming surgery, talk to your doctor or therapeutic. And, before you do anything with any herb, okay, any herb. Thyme, as a matter of fact, can affect blood clotting. So, listen to your body. If your body talks to you, if you slow down and just listen to it, it will tell you, hey, I'm not well. Hey, something's not right. You're doing this now and didn't do this before, and I'm not liking it. But yes, your body talks to you. So sometimes we just got to slow down and listen to it. So, but be careful. Always be careful. And as always, if you're foraging herbs, try not to forage them on the side of the road because of pesticides, and they're contaminated. Um, Also, always consult a doctor for use. You know. All right. So the easiest way, and this is what we were talking about earlier. The easiest way to enjoy this herb is by making a simple tea. Okay. So you can do a basic thyme tea with just a few sprigs of fresh thyme. You boil it for about 10 minutes. Strain it, of course, Add a slice of lemon and some raw honey and drink a cup a day, you know. See how it does for you. You can also take some fresh thyme into your daily meals, just take a handful and throw them in in your meals. Or simply put one in a pot and put it in your windowsill. It invites vibrant health and joy to the household. So, the next time you reach for this lovely herb in your spice rack, remember that you aren't just seasoning your food. You are tapping into a powerful medicine and thousands of years of sacred history. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Or you can leave it in comments after the fact. If anyone has any suggestions, or if anyone has an herb or they want me to cover one week, drop me an email, or leave me a comment. I will find it, and I will do some research, and we'll get rolling. So anyway, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So when you do that, add let's see, you do it in the autumn and you do it in the winter. Okay. Add if you have access to it. If you don't, send me an email. I'll fix you up. Drop a little bit of fir in there, the trees, the fir trees, drop some needles in it. Amazing. You can actually take them and put them in an oil, like whatever your favorite oil is, avocado oil, olive oil, whatever. And you can. That's how I did my oregano oil. Yes, fir trees smell amazing, and this one is the ones that I have. It was my sister's Christmas tree, and she was she was done with it. She's gonna throw it out, and I'm like, oh, you can wait a few minutes before you take that tree off. And I went to town, so I have a whole coffee can like this full of fir needles. So yes, and it makes a great tea, especially if you put a little cinnamon in it and put some orange peel in it. Very, very good that way. I have a whole recipe book that I come up with tea blends. Maybe one of these days I'll get it published. Who knows? Who knows? All right. Well, I appreciate everyone stopping by tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I will catch you guys next week, Tuesday, same time, different herb. Also Monday, I'm starting Mystic Mondays. I did readings this past time, and I might do a few readings Monday too, but I want to delve into the world of mystical and magical and tarot and all things divine and spiritual. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, every Tuesday, my Roots and Rituals. And actually, tomorrow night, I'll be going on at 7. So I'm going to be doing Hump Day readings tomorrow night. So I thought that was something a little bit different. So you guys stop by and see me, say hi. I love the support. Blessed be, stay healthy, and I'll see y'all in the next video.